From mountaintops to desert parks.
From flat roads to windy roads.
17 states.
13,745 miles.
From coastline to coastline.
With a little adventure in between.
This is our 6-month update.
Hey there, my Traveling Pisces peeps.
Hey, what's up, fam? We've been on the road for 6 months now.
6 months.
Yeah, can't believe it. It's been 6 months, been going crazy fast. And we just wanted to give you a little update of how RV living has been going for us.
Okay, but hold on. Let's do this a little differently.
Okay.
Let's play a game.
Okay.
Alright, so what we're going to do, I'm going to ask a question. I already think that I know what your answers are going to be. But I'm going to ask you the question. I want you to write it down. I'm going to write down what I think your answer is going to be, and we'll see how in sync we are.
Okay, let's try it.
All right.
She don't know me as well as she thinks she know me.
Yes, I do.
Let's go. She can't see my answers on this side.
Nope. And see, mine's blank. You can't see mine.
Oh, wait, so
either.
you're writing the answer down too?
Yes, I'm going to write down what I think
is my answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
Let's go.
All right. So, what state is your favorite state that we've been to so far?
Okay, I got an answer.
All right, so what's your answer? What's it say? I can't see that far. All right.
So my answer is...
No!
all of them.
I said what state? One state. Okay, so he said all of them. I said, no. That's good. Keep going. All right, so he said all of them. I, however, said New Mexico.
Oh, it was close.
Yeah.
I was going to choose Arizona.
Oh, were you? Okay. So if we had to choose one state that we've been to so far, that's the one that I think was pretty unique out of all of them, don't you?
Yeah, New Mexico definitely was fun. You know, from the caverns in Carlsbad all the way to the sand dunes in
Alamogordo.
We've been so many places, it's hard to keep track.
And going to the hot springs.
Yeah, and the hot springs.
Yes,
yeah.
and just the picturesque views of the mountains and just
Truth the Consequence. Whoever knew?
Who knew?
Yeah,
Who knew? All right, real quick, do you want to let everybody know what states we've been to so far? So we started in Florida.
We've been to Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, Nevada. We went through Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Virginia, Maryland.
And we can say DC, but
Maryland, DC is not a state, but yeah. So we've covered quite a bit of states in 6 months.
6 months, yeah. Right. So our second question.
Question number 2.
What is your favorite national park that we've visited so far?
Wow, national park.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, I mean we've been to a few. We haven't been to a lot.
Do you want to say which one you like?
Someone wants to tell us what her favorite is. Was yours Grand Canyon? No. Yeah, so we've been to a few. We haven't been to a lot. So that makes it easier to answer the question. So.
And they've all been so different. I mean, when you look at Grand Canyon versus White Sands versus
Joshua Tree
and then the caverns.
Yeah.
Where were the caverns at?
New Mexico. We just talked about that.
Oh, Carlsbad, that's what it was. I couldn't remember the name of it. See, there's so many. Yeah, so, but, okay, out of those ones, though, you've got to pick one.
All right, I know which one I'm going to say. Handwriting is atrocious.
Dag is a lot. Oh my gosh, what are you writing?
All right.
And what did you say?
What did you say?
I I said White Sands.
White Sands.
Did you? Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
ding.
The White Sands was definitely a really cool national park. I mean, you know, just being able to play with Simba and Dimitri and sliding down
We had
on the big
so
sands.
much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
You know, and it was really crazy because right after having all of that fun, a big storm came through. And it just really
crazy windstorm.
Yeah, it just really made
gosh.
the event even more memorable. So who will ever forget
We thought,
driving through the national park in a windstorm?
yes, we thought we were going to get lost out there. I mean, it was like you could not. The viz was just ridiculous. You could not see right in front of you. I thought they were going to get separated from me because I just couldn't see them. I think we lost shoes out there.
Yeah.
We just
and luckily
it was so-
Jeanette has JPS. We call it JPS.
JPS.
But she can navigate. But sometimes you get inside those dunes, and you can easily lose track of where you are and your navigational skills. So.
I don't know why you always doubt me. You really doubted me that day. You did
'Cause
not
it's-
think I was going to get us back.
Because I'm a man, that's what we do.
Right, yes, because we were like dune after dune after dune, way far away from
And I was like, I think we go that way.
Yes,
So.
but yes, I agree. That was so much fun, just getting up, feeling like a kid again on the top of this and just, that's what I love about RV life is that before we started out, we had no idea that White Sands even existed.
Exactly.
No idea that there was a place.
We can say the same thing for a lot of places. We didn't have no
Right.
idea that a lot of places existed.
Right.
So we were so closed-minded, and just being in Florida. I mean, there was places in Florida that we had not even been to. So.
Right, you're right.
So.
All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, so that is.
All right. How many questions we got?
We got 7. There's not so many, and then we're gonna talk a little. Number 3.
All right. Shoot.
What do you miss the most about sticks and bricks?
Oh, this is easy.
Yep. Can y'all read that? Watch.
Ready?
Yep. I can't see what you said.
I said my fish tank.
I said his fish tank.
Oh, they can't see that just you wrote.
Y'all can't see?
No, they can't.
They can see.
It's too
They're
small.
not blind like you. You're a fish tank.
No, yeah, I do miss my saltwater fish tank. I had a 90-gallon saltwater tank. Fish, corals, all that good stuff. But
But we've made up for that.
I mean, even though I do miss it, I being able to go out and snorkel and dive in different places has made up for it. But I think I just kind of missed the whole science part of it. I missed like
Yeah.
the testing,
Right.
the water, and doing the water changes
Right.
and the maintenance and all that stuff.
That's
Which
it.
sounds odd,
It's-
to want to have to do that stuff. But for me, that was my wind down. That's how I relaxed, and that's how I disconnected from work and everything like that. So.
Yeah, sitting down and just watching your fish and talking to your fish, and then
Yeah.
when you go and feed them, watching them jump up at you like,
Yeah.
oh,
So,
you're feeding me.
all right. So yeah, my fish tank is definitely the answer that I missed.
All right, next question.
Number 4.
4. Between boondocking and staying in RV parks, which do you prefer the most?
So
You have to choose one.
choosing between boondocking and staying in an RV park,
Yes.
which one do I prefer?
Not cheating, I swear.
I go with boondocking.
Boondocking.
Yeah.
See? I said boondocking too. I
Yeah,
agree.
and I think just being able to be out in the elements and away from civilization, it's really enjoyable. It kind of gets you away from people, and not that I don't like people. I love people, but
We love people.
I just,
Yes.
sometimes you just want to kind of be out and see nature and kind of connect with nature more because it just opens up a different world. Just to be able to see the different kind of animals and the different kind of, the fauna and things like that. So.
And we've had some beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful boondocking places.
Yeah, really, really nice ones.
So that leads me into, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Number 5. Where is your favorite boondocking site that we've been to so far?
Oh, I remember what it is. I'm just gonna remember the name of the. Oh gosh, what was the name of that place? Oh, I remember. Okay.
All right, this one's hard for me to think of what you would say for that.
Okay, I got my answer.
All right. All right, what's your answer?
Mustang Island, Texas.
I couldn't remember the name of it, so I put Texas Beach.
Half a point.
No, that's the same because that's the one we boondocked at. So
That
and
is
we
a
knew, and I
boondocking
know
spot.
it wasn't Magnolia.
Yeah,
And I
so
knew it was the
definitely.
other one.
So
So-
tell them about Mustang Island. So
Gosh, I loved Mustang Island, and we did do a boondocking. That is featured in our Walmart alternatives to boondocking spots for alternative to Walmart.
all right, so we'll put a link to that up there.
Yeah, there'll be a link up
But that's
to that.
where we met our friend Jim and Kelly.
Yes.
Sweet Travels.
Hey, Jim
guys.
and Kelly.
And we met them at Mustang Island Beach, and it's a really nice beach. It's right on the Gulf. It's one of the few places that we found that we were able to just drive on the beach and
Yes.
just set up shop and literally walk out our door 10, 15 feet and be at the water.
Yes, it was lovely, and I love my beaches, and I know you do too. And that was I think that was the nicest boondocking spot that we've
Yeah,
had
and
so
and
far.
the really great thing about Mustang Island Beach too is that there's minimum tide changes throughout the day, so you really don't have to worry too much
Right.
about the tide changing and coming in and washing away your rig. So
Right.
if you're ever in what's that, East Texas by the Gulf, check out Magnolia Beach.
Yep.
Not Magnolia
Not
Beach.
Magnolia.
Check out Mustang Island.
Bleep. Mustang Island.
Yeah, so if you're ever in East Texas along the Gulf Coast, make sure you check out Mustang Island.
Right. All right. Our next question. We've seen so many different kinds of scenery. So what is your preference between the mountains, the desert, the coastline?
Yeah. I mean, just being able to go from East Coast and being next to the water and along, the Atlantic Ocean and heading west, going through the deserts and seeing the Mojave and Joshua Tree and places like that. And then also getting to the West Coast and again seeing the Pacific. For me, I think that I got to go with.
Are you going to write it down or are you just going to say
I was
it?
just going to say it, but I mean.
Yeah. You can just say it because I guess it's just.
I would say being along the coastline.
We're
is that what you
Pisceans, yes. We're
Coastline.
Pisceans, and that's
I would-
why we are
exactly,
the traveling Pisces.
Exactly. True to our name, say we like being by the water and
We really do.
gotta be by that coastline.
We really
So,
do. So yes, I mean those mountains are beautiful, and so is the desert. But man, once we start getting in too
Yeah.
far, I start missing the
Yeah.
water.
I mean, and
tremendously.
there are some places that are landlocked that have lakes and rivers and things like that. But I don't know. It's something about salt water
It really is.
that
It really
it
is.
just it makes us feel like a fish out of the sea. So we definitely
really
try to
is.
stay close to the coastlines and do the coastline thing.
But to prevent us really missing it when we're in our travels, we've started state by state looking at different areas that have lakes and quarries and rivers and things like that we can go scuba diving in. And shocking
Yeah.
how many states actually have things like that and we didn't know about. So
Yes.
that's how we are going to survive being a fish out of water, so to speak, in these landlocked states.
Yeah, that's how we'll fill the void until we get back to the coast.
Our number 7, well, this one is going to be a hard one. I don't know how you're going to answer it. And I've got a couple of different answers, so I don't know if I'm going to get this right as far as being in sync with you. All right, out of all of the places that we have eaten, what is your favorite restaurant?
Yeah, that's a doozy right there.
Because there's really two, there's two top twos that I can
Yeah.
think that you.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys have been watching our Where You Eat Wednesdays, you know that we've gone to so many.
Oh no, wait! I just thought of another one.
So
oh, no,
many
this is getting
places
hard. Yeah,
for
this is
that
getting
we've
hard.
eaten some really, really great food, and you know, we've really been lucky to be able to have that opportunity.
Okay, so can I get one out of the mix right away?
Okay.
Because the only reason why I'm going to do this one is because it's a very well known one, and that one's kind of hard to like keep up in the mix because it's okay. So we're going to take Chef Ramsay's out of there.
Are we taking Hell's Kitchen out of it?
Yeah, because that one is so. Let's go with like
Right.
the mom and pop
Well,
places.
if you
because
haven't
they're
seen
more
our
unique.
video on Hell's Kitchen, we'll link that up there too. Definitely got to check that out. But that, I think that probably would have been where I would have said was the most favorite
Right,
spot.
but that one has so much notoriety to it that I want to go with one of the more local ones. And I still have two.
Okay,
that
so I'm
really
writing
go
down
in.
my answer.
Oh, gosh, okay. I'm crossing it out.
Okay, I got my
All right.
answer.
So I bet you the one that I'm crossing out is probably the one that you went with.
All right, so I'm gonna say Funky Fries and Burgers in El Cajon, California.
Oh, I'm scared so much. Look.
That's what you wrote down?
Funky Fries and Burgers.
Wow. So guys, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out.
Holy moly, yes.
And if you haven't been to Funky Fries and Burgers,
It's worth going to California just to go there.
oh my God, man,
It
these
really
were some
is.
of the best fries.
Yes, but they weren't just fries. It was
Yeah.
like a meal.
Yeah,
It was
really
a
good.
meal. It
Really,
was.
really good.
They were tremendous. Oh my gosh.
So,
All right. So what would
crazy
your
how
runner
synced
up?
we are.
Okay. So what would your runner up be then? Because there were two that really.
I think my
I don't want to see if it's the one that I scratched out.
did you write it down already? Or you
Yeah, but I
crossed it out?
scratched it out.
All right, I would say there was probably Big D's and
Roswell, New Mexico. Yep, that's the one that I had on here first.
Yeah,
and I crossed
they
it
were
out.
really good, too.
They
So.
were like really one
Yes,
right there.
definitely
tie.
check those two places out. All right, so this has been fun.
Yep, so this
So.
is fun. All right, so let's get into some of the questions that we've gotten and just kind of go over.
And really give you our update of what's been going on and what our thoughts are after being on the road for.
Start with the good. All right, so what do you think are the best decisions that we've made by going full-time RV?
One of the best decisions we made was making sure that when we were shopping for our RV, is that we really took the time out and picked the right one that was for us.
Correct.
You know, there's so many things to consider when choosing an RV, and there's so many things that, you know, you weigh your options, whether it's the right size, whether it's gas, whether it's diesel, whether it's a class A, B, or C,
Travel
or
trailer.
or class 5, class
Class 5?
class B, or a fifth wheel. You know, there's so many things to choose from when making that decision. For us, you know, we went with the class C because we wanted the ability to be able to drive the vehicle and not have to worry about a tow. And we also wanted something that, while the slides were in, we
Right.
would still have accessibility to the rest of the coach.
Yeah,
so
I
that's
think
why we
that's-
went with the Mini Winnie 31 foot. The
31
it's
foot? 30.
well, it's a Mini Winnie 31K is the model.
Oh, okay.
So
All right,
that's
you
why I
said
say 31. But
Okay.
it's a 33 foot class C
Right.
Mini Winnie.
Yeah, and I think that when it came down to it, that was really what sold us on this finally, because I mean we had a couple of different ones that we were looking at. You know, there was a
Yeah.
Class A, there was this one, and then there was a travel trailer. So you know, there was really a huge toss up there.
I mean, we were really close to looking at to getting that class A too,
yeah.
but it was, you know, and
But you know, we had to sit back and look at, okay, do we need all these bells and whistles like a fireplace and this, that, and the other? And at the end of the
Right.
day, we didn't. And it came down to this: when all the slides were in, there still was so much room, like walk space. You didn't have to jump over things and climb over things.
right. There was nothing that wasn't accessible.
So I would say one of the most important decisions that I think that we made before going full time was making sure that we had our full time positions, that we could still work from the RV. You know, we have a company that we own, as well as I work full time as well remotely, and I think that that was a huge thing in being able to make us go full time. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people, they get in their heads that, oh, I'm going to go on the road and I'm going to make money full time off of YouTube and this and that. And yes, while you can make money off of YouTube, it takes a very long time to get to that point where you're going to make money.
Right.
And like for us, yes, we do the YouTube thing, but we're not doing this because of an income. You know, we're doing it because we want to be able to share with our family and friends where we've
And
been,
also
what
to
we're
keep
doing.
memories, because I forget things.
Yeah, oh my gosh, does he? And to help other people that want to get into full-time RVing, because, you know, that's where we did most of our research, was in the YouTube community as far as RVers go. So we want to be able to help the other newbies
Yeah,
out there.
and I think that that's probably the thing that really prohibits a lot of people from making the plunge, and or kind of discourages people from going full time, is not having the ability to be able to work remotely, or relying so much on
Right.
that job that they feel that they're handcuffed and they can't go out and live their life because they
Right.
they have to be stationary and work in a 9 to 5.
But guys, I mean, don't get stuck in that box of what your job is, because there are so many businesses out there that are really making that plunge to allow for their employees to work remotely, work from home. There's a lot of research out there that show that productivity actually increases when they allow for their employees to be
work
able
remotely.
To work remotely. So, if it's something that you guys are thinking about, at least toss it out there to your employers, or start looking at what other jobs you can do remotely, and maybe start doing it part-time. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely say that that is the best decision that we made going forward. It's not cheap to live full time in an RV. So let me just get that out there. That's not why we
so
did this.
if you're thinking that, or if you have the mind frame or the thought process, living in an RV is going to be cheap and I'm going to be able to save a lot of money. Now, don't get me wrong. You can save a lot of
you
money
can.
if you plan on being stationary. If you don't plan on traveling, then
Right.
then you probably can save a lot of money by downsizing and living in your RV full time, as opposed to being in a house and things like that.
Right,
but
but
if
for
you
us-
plan on traveling, it's definitely not cheaper.
Right. And I mean, for us, that's why we chose to do this, is so we could get out and travel. So if we were going to stay stationary, why not just stay in sticks and bricks?
Right. Yeah.
So one of the other best decisions that I think we made early on, which I do wish that we had done it before we started out on this our journey into our RV full-time life, is getting the
The tire pressure mounting system.
yes.
So early in our travels, we would have Miss Worrywart right here always.
Well,
I heard I heard a noise, or can you check the air, or just something with tires,
But
right?
I had a reason to be like that, though. When we first started out, we did end up having a very slow leak, and
Yeah, so we did have a little bit of low pressure in one of the tires. It had a
Right.
slow leak.
so we
So-
and we found early on how difficult it is to find places that we could, number one, check the air pressure in the tire,
Right.
and number two,
And then be able to add air. So,
right. One of the other best decisions that I think that we made is mixing it up as far as trying different ways as far as where we park. Boondocking, memberships such as Thousand Trails, like where we're at now. What else have we done? Harvest Hosts. We've even done Walmarts. We've done.
yeah, and I think that kind of piggybacks right onto the budget thing. When you're looking at your budget, you have to include, where you're going to stay. There
Right.
still has to be, a plan for, I can't think of the word I want to say.
travels?
Oh no, there still has to be a plan for accommodations, right? So
that's a huge part of full-time RVing,
right.
you know.
Now,
and it all depends on how you like to, you know.
Right. Now, just because your house is now mobile, that doesn't mean that there's things that you don't need to do anymore. I mean, when you're mobile, you still have to, you got to buy your groceries, you got to fill up your tanks, you got to dump your tanks, you got to charge your batteries, all of those things have to be done. And when you're boondocking, they can only be done for certain amounts of time. You can't stay boondocking for 2 months, 3 months. In most of the cases, you can only stay up to some places for up to 2 weeks.
Right, up to 14 days, the BLM land and most of the parks and things like that. But
a lot of times you can't stay that long because you don't have the not necessary equipment to be able to stay that long.
Yeah,
you don't have enough water to last you for 14 weeks because of the size of your water tanks.
14 weeks?
You don't have enough water to last you for 14 days due to the size of your water tanks.
Right.
You might not have enough storage space for groceries to last you for 14 days. And unless you have solar and a really big solar system, solar setup, you might not have enough power to get you through those 14 days. If you're running your generator, you may run out of gas if you're running that generator every day, especially if you're somewhere in the desert, such as Joshua Tree or something like that, when it's scorching hot.
Yep. No, you're absolutely right. So so I think that was one of our better decisions it was to definitely try all the different ones.
Yeah, so being able to decide what's better for us early really helped out. So we tried our hand at boondocking. We did the RV parks. We tried Harvest Host. We tried Thousand Trails. We just mixed it up, and we really decided which ones are the ones that we like and which ones didn't work for us.
Right.
So
I mean, number one, we do love boondocking. That's our number one preference. However, we do utilize Thousand Trails quite often. There are certain states where it's very hard to find places to boondock, and then you're in the middle of the summer like we are right now. Well, we're at the end of the summer, but we're in Texas because of the cruise, and it's just way too hot to be out boondocking 24/7 with the generator going.
Yeah, right, and especially if you have pets, you got to keep them in mind as well because you're gonna have to have that air conditioning running.
Right.
And unless you have a really big battery bank for your solar system, it's gonna be hard for you to run that air condition, for 4, 5, 6 hours.
Right. But that's a whole other video.
Right. That's a whole nother video. So yeah, but you definitely want to figure out what's going to be best for you and for your pets and for your situation.
Right. So try it. A little bit of all of it. Mix it up so that you can see what is your preference as far as you and your family goes.
Yeah.
All right, so those are like our best decisions I think that we made. Let's go into what the worst decisions or choices, the bad choices that we made when we first started out.
Yeah, I think this is probably what people have been wanting to hear about in the video anyway. For the naysayers that are probably saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe you decided to go full time. Why are you guys doing that?
Are you crazy? Are you going into midlife crisis?"
So these are actually the things that we told Dimitri when he told us that he wanted to be a van lifer. So, I think that me personally, I think the biggest mistake that, and I'm not even going to say we made because I really made the mistake, is that when we got our solar system installed, I made the mistake because at the time I didn't know, with only going with a 1,000-watt inverter instead of a 3,000-watt inverter. And hindsight being 2020, now I look back and I say that he definitely should have went with a 3,000-watt inverter, and I know that probably within the next few months we're going to have to probably change out the 1,000 for a 3,000-watt inverter. Now the reason why I say that is because there are certain things in the rig that we cannot run with the current inverter.
Right.
Jeanette cannot run her hair dryer.
But don't say it like it's all me because I don't even dry my hair that often.
But
it is something. As long as I got my hair straightener, I'm good.
Yeah,
See, ooh, look at that straight hair.
I cannot run a coffee maker. I miss my Keurig. We had to give that away. But I miss
But it went
being
to a
able
good
to.
home,
It
right,
did.
Christy?
It went to a good home. But I miss being able to, to live some of the same ways we did when we lived in the sticks and bricks, right? So, I
It's
know
just
that,
an adjustment period, though.
we can't use the air fryer. We can't use the Instapot as much as we would like to be able to use them, and how we would like to use them, because we only have that 1,000-watt inverter.
Right.
And all of those items will trip the breaker once we try to use them. So right now what we do is when we're at a park, we plug up outside to the pedestal, and we run an extension, and we cook using the power from the pedestal.
Right, but I still find myself using my crock pot more than we did the air fryer and the Instapot, which were two of the investments that, we did early on so that we could, kind of make it easier to keep it cooler in the RV and things like that.
Right.
But
And slowly but surely we'll continue to add on to the solar system and,
Yeah.
and increase our battery bank and things like that. But those things are costly.
For sure,
And
for
when you go back to looking at the budget, some of those things just don't quite fit into the budget at once. And you have to make those sacrifices and figure out what's going to be best for you, and when you need to be able to get what, and when you can afford to get what.
right, and
So.
how badly you really need it. Again, you can go out and get all the bells and whistles. YouTube video after YouTube video of, this person said you need this, you need that,
Right.
but you don't necessarily just
Right.
take it
learn the
slow
difference between a
and-
want and a need.
right, and take it slow and decide how it works for you once you get out there. Like with us with our towable, we don't need it, but we have.
I need to have my coffee maker.
Yeah, see, he needs the coffee. It has nothing to do with the hair dryer. It's the coffee.
Yeah.
All right. So other than that, can you think of any other bad decision or bad choice that we made when getting on the road?
I don't know. What about you? Can you still have it?
I really can't. Honestly, at the end of the day, I love our full-time RV life.
Yeah, I love it too. I really can't think of anything that I regret. The only thing, and we talked about this earlier, the only thing that I really miss or regret not being able to bring along on this trip is my fish tank. And like she
Please
said,
don't leave in the comments ways
if I
of
was
him to
able
get a
figure
fish
out
tank in here.
to be able to put one
Because
in
he probably
here.
would have it right up over the overhead.
Yeah, I even thought about
Dimitri.
getting just a little fish bowl and putting a little goldfish in there, but it's
And then moving it when we're moving, taking it out. And
I'm not gonna do that to the fish. But other than that, there's nothing that I really regret or that I miss that will really want to make me go back and to a sticks and bricks and live in a house and be stationary again. I love the ability to be able to get up and go when we want to. The ability to be able to meet people from all walks of life. I think that's probably, aside from seeing all of the great places that we've seen so far, is probably one of my favorites, is just being able to meet people and talk to people and share experiences, because there are so many wonderful people out there.
there really are. We've met a lot of really great, super cool people. We really have. And, I just love the fact of us, being full-time. It has really opened up for us to be able to travel more. And I'm not just talking, with the RV. We've been taking cruises. We've been able to do that. We've got a couple of upcoming trips, that we've got planned, and we'll go more into that into some other videos in our travel videos. But it has opened up the world to us, so to speak. It's like possibilities are endless, and it's not money wise because we're still budgeting everything out, but I think it's more about time.
Yeah.
This has allowed us to be able to balance work life and home life a lot better, to where, number one, we're spending more time together. Number two, we're getting out and seeing the things that we want to see. We're not waiting until, we're retired and we can travel, because you don't know, number one, what tomorrow holds. We might
Yeah,
not make
not
it till
promised.
retirement. We might not have the funds to be able to retire, or the means to retire, or to be able to travel. You know,
Right.
so why
Yeah.
hold out for something that's so far away?
Yeah, and another thing that I think this really has helped us with is, you know, at first Jeanette and I were really introverts. I mean, we were, you know,
so much.
we were really shy. We didn't talk to a lot of people at first. I mean, I think, you know,
I mean, we can hold a conversation, but we were never one to start a conversation with a complete stranger.
yeah, and I think now that, you know, with us being on the road and talking with people and just
And sharing our story. And,
yeah, it definitely brought us out of that shell, and now, you know, I just walk up to random people and I just start talking.
He really
And
does.
I don't care. So I
He
mean,
really does. You know, and I do too. You know, but yeah, it really has changed it. You can't make videos and you know, be traveling stuff and not talk to people. So we've had a lot of fun with it, and it's like, wow, why weren't we
Yeah.
like this years ago?
that's why I call you my fam. What's up, fam? Because
That's
you know,
right.
I really consider all of the people that we've met our friends and family. So
That's right. All right, so I think the biggest question that everybody has for us, you know, now that we're to the 6-month point, is how long do we intend to do this?
I don't know. I mean, how old are we?
Right.
I don't. Me personally, I don't have a date of this is when we're going to stop. You know, Jeanette and I said to each other, you know, if we find a place that we just have to stop and stay there because we just love it so much, then that's when we'll make the decision to stop and stay. But you know,
There's so much out there to explore.
I don't think that we've really found that place yet. I mean,
Right.
we've gone to a lot of really nice places, but none of them have made us want to say, okay, that's it. I'm not moving from this place. I'm
Right.
staying here for the rest of my life.
Right.
I mean, and we've only traveled to a small portion of this country. I mean, you know,
And
there's
that's just it,
so
yeah.
much. You know, I was telling Jeanette earlier that there's so many states that we've been to.
And we
I think I
wanna
was
go
talking
back
to you
to.
that
Yeah.
I feel that we need to go back to
Yeah.
because we didn't spend enough time there.
Right. I completely agree. Yeah, we were talking about that, like Georgia.
Yeah,
We
so-
saw some really cool places in Georgia, but we were on a time constraint to get back to Texas
Yeah.
for our cruise that we didn't spend as
Yeah.
much time there as I wanted to. And like they have little Grand Canyon. Who knew?
Yeah, I mean, and
Right.
even Texas. Look, the Texas is huge.
Yeah. And I mean, Texas, I think, is we've
Yeah.
spent the most time in because
and
we've
we
been
still
here
really
twice.
haven't seen a lot of it. I mean, so
Right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much to explore, and I agree. I don't foresee us going back to sticks and bricks.
You know, it's funny. I was just thinking that, you
At
know, when we first was getting ready to get on the road for traveling, and we were watching other YouTube videos and other channels, there was
Yeah.
this one particular couple that they were in Texas for a long time. And I was like, why are they spending so much time in Texas? Are they going to go anywhere else? And it's funny because now that I look back and I say, wow, now I see why they spend so much time in Texas, because Texas is huge. It has so much to offer. And there's just a lot of things to do and see in Texas. So you guys know who I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining our Traveling Pisces family. We really do appreciate you guys. If you have not joined our family yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. You know, this is our 6-month update. I'm sure that we're going to do another update at 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, just to kind of, you know, let you know where we're at, what we're doing. You know, give you some advice on, you know, maybe in your plans for when you plan to go full time, or, you know, maybe you're full time already and you just want to see what other people are doing. So, you know, yeah, because like you said, we look at other YouTubers and see what they do as well. So
Yeah, we follow quite a bit that we started following before we started out in full-time life. And, you know, we still watch them because, you know, they have some great channels out there. So, I mean, it's not a competition. It's all about helping each other in this community. So anything that we can do to provide you guys with content, you know, we're going to share it. So leave us comments of what you'd like to see or questions that you have, and we will do our best to get you some answers.
all right, guys,
right.
that's it for now. we'll check back with you soon. Continue to keep watching our videos. Hope you enjoy. And
All right.
ciao for now.
Ciao for now.